Hi, this is Hannah Erica, and welcome back to my channel, the Hannah Erica's CraftE channel. This video is about me re-upping my dining room space. I did everything from table to walls and just redoing the walls and giving it a new look. I hope you enjoy the video. Watch. Now this is the before look of my dining room. I had it like this for quite a while. The walls were just blank. That was my main issue, and I wanted to refinish this dining room table that I've had since 2007. And I bought cushions to redo the seats, but I did not go in that direction. But this is just my before pictures that I took. As you can see, I have different dining room legs. This is 4 legs, meaning I have a new table, a rectangular table. And you see me working on it because I got a used one off of Facebook Marketplace. And I decided to sell my table and get another table that I bought and just redo it to the look that I want it to be. I wanted like a farmhouse table look, and this was pretty close to it. I did want the legs to be a little more chunkier, but those people either weren't responding or they were just too far away for me to drive, I feel like. So this one was convenient. She communicated, and the table still had the shape that I wanted. Because my dining room is not really big, I didn't want it to be this table that set like 8 people or something like that. So I guess it was kind of difficult to figure it out. So right now I'm using stripper, which was a waste of time, but it is what it is. It's just that when you deal with the curves, you kind of want to have a head start on trying to get some of this off. And so I did a test a test sand on part of it, and I thought, you can see the one with the most off of it, I did a test sand and I thought it was wood. I thought it was solid wood. And it's not. I just say that now, but it had that layered wood. So I'm thinking, I don't know if it's called plywood, but it's just a layered wood. And I had to be careful not to process too far beyond that. Of course, it didn't do too well. And I realized I was just wasting time. Now, this method does work on a lot of pieces, but for some reason, whatever product they used was too much. Now, this is the main event, getting this dining room together, because it needs to be painted. A paint that I've been obsessed with for months, and I already knew what color the dining room was going to be. Now, this dresser on the side, I do have a tutorial for it if you want to see my dresser, tall boy dresser. It is sold, but I just still had it at the moment, and I had to deliver it. But of course, I had to move everything out the way, and I just wanted to get started on my project because the dining room as a whole was a beast. Between painting and getting a new dining room table, and I did get a new Roman shade because this one I have here is not going to match the new look. And as you can see, it is a lot of work getting get your prep ready to start to paint. I bought up all the paint supplies, set on the floor the night before, and just said today, let me just get the dining room area prepped for all this. Which means you gotta move things, you gotta cover things, and that's basically what I'm doing today. So now it's time to tape the borders, because when I originally was going to do the dining room, I assumed I would have all white borders. I was concerned about how dark the dining room would look, and I thought, a light shade, light borders, maybe the color that I chose won't be too much. And so I taped everything, which is a lot of work. You have to make sure you're taping it correctly, or it's a waste of time. Cover my buffet and just had everything on the floor covered. So it is ready for painting now. The color that I chose was Sherwin-Williams Naval. And that is naval, not navy, even though it looks navy. So these are some dark walls. And I was looking a lot of Pinterest online just to see how it looks in people's dining rooms. Did I pick a color that's too dark? A lot of times online, you'll see they'll show a nice big room, and the room has all these windows in it. And so I did get a little concerned that me painting the dining room this color, it would be too dark. But I will tell you that it's not. At least it's not too dark for me. This is the dining room light, the dimmable light that turns on and off. So at first I was painting around it because I wanted to keep the light white, but I didn't keep it white. When I started painting, unfortunately, I used a brush that I already used, and I should have either used a rag to clean it, to stop it from being so wet. I thought it was dry enough, but it wasn't. So it started to drip a little bit. This is not the paint dripping. It is the roller that is dripping because I'm reusing the roller. So that's, it is what it is. But I will tell you, I didn't have to use a lot of paint. You will see that I haven't went back in for more paint yet. It had really great coverage. Also, I am not some pro painter, expert painter, nor did I give painting advice. My boyfriend, who is really good, but he takes a while to paint, so I don't even wait on him. I go down and do it myself. But I did get a few tips from him when I start going neatly up and down. That was him telling me that's what I should do. And he told me that. And then he also told me not to use, because I wasn't going to put the extra stick on it because my ceiling is not that high. I was just going to have like my hand on a smaller stick, and he said that I would be hurting myself and making my back hurt more, and I should always use the long stick if possible. It's just better for your back, for control, and I should be doing up and down strokes and not stopping in the middle. Those are the tips he told me, if you can use that. And I was on my flow at this point because you see I already did 2 other walls, so I was really flowing, and there was no reason for me to stop. There was no window, no thing in the way. So this is what it looked like, and I wasn't super impressed, I'm gonna tell you, with the white borders. So I talked to one of my clients, and she convinced me to make all of it dark. The borders are dark, the window frame is dark, everything's dark. And that's when I was like, oh my goodness, I love this. This is that moody, dark room that I wanted. And so the borders were so light that it definitely needed more. And so I taped the floor at this point around the edge, but I just didn't want it to get on my hardwood floors. And so I always feel like I'm going to finish faster than I do. And I didn't want to put that pressure on myself to be concerned about it. I was working on the dining room chairs in the basement and other stuff. And this is another project I had to do too. Me and my boyfriend did the wall, slat wall, which I got a tutorial of for the slat wall. And so now I moved all 4 chairs outside, and I know the design or the look I'm going to have for these chairs. And so I test one chair, and I start sanding more off of it just to see what the wood looked like and what I can do. And so I figured out what I'm going to do to these chairs. And so now they're outside, and I'm working on the dining room table because the walls are done, and the special wall I did is done. And I don't have a tutorial for the stuff I put up on the wall as far as my pictures later, but I'm thinking about making one. I did do some video on it. And so these corners, you know how they get. But I was getting a lot done. It was just so hot out there that day. And this is me scuff sanding. I did spare you from a lot of my video of these chairs. They are all done because this video would have ran too long, and just me just cleaning up the chairs. And so you see some of it is black and some of it is light. I don't recommend using a hose, but I just wanted to get done fast. And of course I wiped them down right away with some rags. And now it's time to do the black. This is Krylon black, and I think it's called Kettle Black. And this is the first chair that I did when I took out a lot of paint, trying to figure out what's real wood, what's not, and how much I was going to show. I'm not going to lie, I did want it to be all, I want it to be all light, just all farmwood light. But I had to come to the realization that trying to get in between these parts and the part where the ladder back chairs, the ladder part is not all wood. I took it off. I noticed it was plywood, and I had to stop because not only it wasn't all wood, but I didn't want to damage it trying to get all the black off of it. And so I decided to keep that whole back part of the chair black. And so I had to repaint the one that I took off, and then I had to put a coat on the other ones, which doing chairs is so difficult. And I know my paint looks gray, but it does get darker. Sometimes paint is like that. And so now it's time for me to do some sanding. I have a 400 grit, and this is like in between the painting. I just want to sand it down, get it all ready, because little mistakes happen. It might be a slight drip here or something there, and you just gotta smooth it out. You try to catch what you can, but I have a goal that I need to get a certain amount done today. So it's getting darker. You see that it's not all bright outside anymore, but I'm still out here. And see, it's getting dark, and this is as far as I've gone for this video. This is only part 1. It's dark, but I turned the porch light on, and I just wanted to stain these chairs because it's so much to do, and I was having company soon. I do have the video out for part 2. I did finish everything. Everything is done. I just have to narrate the other video. So just make sure that you possibly check out my other videos in the meantime with the slat wall that I've done. And I also did some stuff in the backyard. You just find under Mike and Me. The backyard had went through a transformation. And then I also made a porch table for the porch too. So you'll see a lot of craziness going on around me, but we redid everything. So hopefully you like and subscribe to my channel, and you'll just see someone who's just trying to do it all, even though she doesn't know a lot. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.